Hi, I'm Ron with Amazing Mile Marker Stops, and we're in Deltaville, Virginia on the Chesapeake Bay. We've come to check out the museum here in Deltaville. It's a maritime museum, and we looked on Google and they had this dock. It goes quite a ways in both distances. It's actually a pretty good sized dock, although the one we're standing on is a little rickety. Don't know if I'd want to slam a 40-footer up against it, but the other one seems to be newer and stronger. Don't know if you can bring a big boat up. We'll ask them that. It was tricky getting in here. We came in the dinghy, and but I'm not going to say it wasn't doable. It would just be pay attention to staying in the channel or you'll run aground. But anyway, we didn't even ask them if it's okay to dock here. We just like we normally do to find out stuff for y'all, we just do it and see if somebody chases us off, and that way we find out for you what you can and can't do.
When you're lost and no one's there, and you wonder who even cares, oh, come back to your breath, don't drift away from me. I will come down to remind you of before. We can fly away from here. We can stay close, my dear, swept up and away from all our fears. How are we supposed to know?
This is really cool, guys. They have a program here called the Family Boat Building Week. And what they do is you come here and you pay, it's about 1,100 bucks for the kit. And they teach you how to build a wooden boat, this one right here. And you, your family, whoever wants to come with you, you all participate, and they teach you how to build this boat from scratch. And in the end, you got this cool little boat. And it takes 5 days to build it. On the 6th day, they have a race and a fish fry and stuff to show off the boat you built. Isn't that just cool?
Your hand on my chest, my heart beats for you. I keep my arms out and hold you like before. We can fly away from here. We can stay close, my dear, swept up and away from all our fears. How are we supposed to know on our own? Together we can go slow.
Well, we talked to the people at the museum and they kind of gave us the information. Very helpful people, wonderful to talk with them. And they said that although you pay a fee to see the inside of the museum, it was a nominal fee. We paid $5 each. It's nothing. And they had lots and lots of information there, very interesting things to see and learn about. But even better is the grounds of this place, which are just extensive. I mean, we've just been walking around for a while and there's so much to see. It's not just the beautiful flowers and the trees, which are absolutely gorgeous, but they have exhibits all spread throughout, little signs telling you what it's about, and it's free. You don't pay anything for it. You can either anchor over in Jackson Creek, North Fork or South Fork, and dinghy over here, which is what we did, or you can actually bring your boat. As long as you have 4-foot draft or less, you can bring your boat on up in here and dock at their dock for free while you come visit the museum. You can't get better than that. So friendly people, lots of information, beautiful grounds. You could easily spend the day, bring a picnic lunch with you, and just sit here and enjoy the peace and quiet and beauty, except for me talking. Hopefully I'm not here the day you come, and that way you don't have to listen. And but it's just really, really beautiful place. They do say occasionally they have booked events, and they'll have signs out there to let you know so you can't dock on those days, because the people have rented the whole waterfront. And also the fourth Saturday of every month they have a big thing down here where they have a farmer's market. You can get your fruits and vegetables. They got crafts. You can get all that stuff. They have music, as I understand it, and it's all free. You just come down here and enjoy the day. Of course, if you buy anything, that's on you. You got to pay for it. But other than that, you can just come spend the day down here and not have to spend a dime. So it's really cool. They got a children's garden right over there, and set up for children to go and enjoy themselves. And while they're having the flea market and all the festivities down there for the adults, they have a volunteer that will take your kids and just make sure they have a really special time. They said it's so fun that a lot of the adults come up here and want to join in too. So this is just a wonderful place. You got to come visit if you come to Deltaville.
Why don't you leave it all to me? I know how hard it all can be. I'm here to hold your hand through this. Oh, oh. I'll be beside you all along. My love for you is so strong. We're right where we belong.
Captain John Smith, one of the original people, founded Jamestown, Virginia, way back 1600s, a long time ago. He decided to map the Chesapeake Bay, and he took 14 guys in this 31-foot boat. It's a replica behind me here. He went out in that boat around the Chesapeake Bay mapping it. He traveled 1,700 miles. I was telling Marie, we get nervous about going out in Elixir if it's not a calm day out on the Chesapeake. That thing gets rough. I can't imagine doing it in this boat back here, 1,700 miles in that thing. But one of the things he did is he was mapping it. They landed on a point near where we're at in Deltaville. Deltaville's kind of on an isthmus. And they landed out by the point here. And as he jumped off the boat, he saw a flat looking fish he wasn't familiar with. He stabbed it with his sword. It was a stingray. As he lifted it up, it whipped around and stung him in the wrist. And he thought he was going to die. Came close to death apparently, and the doctor gave him some sort of an oil and it brought him back, and he was okay. But apparently they even started digging his grave because they thought he wasn't going to make it. But because of that incident, they named this Stingray Point. Captain John Smith is the one that started that name, and so it's named Stingray Point because Captain John Smith got stung by a stingray. History can just be so amusing sometimes. I suppose it wasn't amusing to him when he got stung, but just the history of the way the name came about.
Look at that.
Jump!
We're off
See the wizard?
to see Elixir.
That's the wizard, it's magical.
Okay. So the markers, like right here, just before you get towards the museum, are about 40-50 foot apart, and they're just sticks, like PVC pipe or something, stuck in the ground, and they are marked red and green. And just stay between them, and you can get your boat up in there.
We dinghied into the Deltaville Marina and paid the $5 dinghy fee. They have a designated dinghy dock with a sign that clearly marks it. It's cool. And with your $5 dinghy dock fee, you can use their courtesy bikes free of charge to bicycle into the town. You could probably walk in there, but it's a good walk, and bicycling's easier. So Marie's back there somewhere. I don't know where. There she is. Hi, Marie. I have to look back every now and then, make sure she's still with me. And so we're bicycling into town, see what there is. Oh yeah, the first thing we see is the museum we went and saw yesterday. Oh, look at the deer. You see the deer?
I gotta get a picture.
I'm stopping. She's got a little fawn with her.
She's nervous of it.
Yeah, they're enjoying the shade of that tree. There's the museum we went to yesterday. She's watching us. Making sure her little baby's safe.
You should see the city lights tonight. I don't think they've ever burned this bright. Did you know when how everything would turn out? We learned to run, we learned to fight. Sooner or later we can become strangers. Someday, somewhere, we can be new again. We can be anything that we wanted to be back then. Just wait, just wait. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you.
We just got back from visiting Deltaville, and I gotta tell you, I was pretty surprised. Deltaville is a real small community. It's not even an incorporated town, and there's not a whole lot to do within walking distance of the marina that we went to, the Deltaville Marina. But this community, first of all, the people are super friendly. They bend over backwards to help you out. And secondly, they are very, very boat centered, if that's the right word to use. As small as the community was, we found 3 canvas shops. Usually we have trouble finding any canvas shops, but there were 3 in this one town. We found a business that makes vinyl decals for your boat and marine cushions for your seats, your settee. We found another business that makes mattresses for your boat. How cool is that? Those are almost impossible to find, but right here in Deltaville, you can get custom-made mattresses for your boat. There's a hardware store it's a True Value hardware store, I believe, and they just have all kinds of marine hardware. We went haywire in there. We bought the store out, but we were having fun. But they just have all kinds of everything you need. I mean, electrical, hardware. They even sell the power stanchions in case you have a dock and you want to hook up power. But I always wonder, where do you buy power stanchions? Now I know, True Value in Deltaville, Virginia. But wonderful little town. We really enjoyed it. And if you're one of those people that would like to bike even further, a little bit down the road, they have a lot more restaurants, a West Marine, other things to do. But as always, we limit our search to about a mile and a half generally. We like a mile because we want to get within walking distance of us old folks that boat a lot. So that's all we checked out. But anyway, had a great time, and tomorrow we'll be pulling up anchor and getting underway and seeing what else we can find.
Visit Amazing Mile Marker stops.